What's up, everybody? You know who I am. I'm the fire starter, Andre the Torch Robinson, of course. And guess what? I got Monday Night Madness ready, locked, and loaded for you guys straight up. Of course, obviously, as usual, I have to announce everybody that is in the building because it wouldn't be Rise Up Family without doing that. So Dallas Oliver is in the building. We made him go change his jersey, his Brady Tampa Bay jersey to his back to his New England Edelman jersey. Yeah, we telling today. We ain't letting you get off the hook that easy. Yeah, he went and had to go change his jersey. Slick mother trucker over here. We got my man in the building, Pilot the Pilot, and Fight the Mike, Jared Mullen. What up?
What's going on, man? You know, I had to throw in a new background because now we're playing with jerseys and stuff. So I had to get my Tyrann Mathieu, Jamal Adams signed practice jersey.
Right, absolutely. DBU, baby. You know what it is. And speaking of which, DBU, my man who played DB in football growing up. He is a football legend. You guys know this guy. Guys know this guy. He is, listen, I mean, I could just go by so many different accolades, man. He is my mentor, number one. He is my co-host of Buffalo Bills Rise Up Early. He's my co-host. He is also the host of Waffle Sport Report, Power 96.5, 1080 AM. Obviously on Sundays, he is your Bills, number one Bills sports reporter. Look at him. He ready. He ready. He got his knuckles up. Listen, he's the phenomenal. The phenomenal. He should be on Mount Rushmore, by the way. Mookie Hawkins is in the building. What's good, Mookie?
What's good? What's up, Big Torch? What's going on with you, young man?
Man, listen, Monday Night Madness is here, man. I'm just happy to be, in the place to be, obviously, with all the people, all the great people. Like and share this show, by the way, all right? Like and share. We're going to give you a rundown on what happened today in sports. Might as well, listen, I haven't did this in a long time. I haven't did this since, like last year when football was going on with Rise Up Late Night. I haven't did this in a while, so we're gonna try this. We're gonna run down the scores. Let's go. NBA action right now. We got the 76ers up 100 to 107 to 100 on the San Antonio Spurs. 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We got in the second quarter 2 minutes and about 45 seconds left as Utah in the doggone Lakers is battling it out. It's 50-48. Utah's up a bucket. Toronto, letting people know in the East. They for real in the East. All right. 107-103 over to Miami Heat today. All right. The Heat got heat checked. Denver, 121 to 113 over the OKC Thunder in overtime. Yes. Indiana, 111 to 100 over the Washington Wizards. They ain't got no magic. Why they still here? I don't even think they make it the playoffs. Should they make the playoffs? Bradley Beal and them boys, they should make the playoffs. I don't know. I don't think so, boo. You got the Pelicans. Pelicans still fighting for playoff spot. 109-100 over the Memphis Grizzlies. All right. Yep. Absolutely. The notifications is real out here. All right. Definitely. MLB action. Yes, they are real.
Yes, you know who's.
Right, who's who? MLB action right now. Top of the sixth, you got the Indians up on the Reds 2-1. Top of the sixth, 1 out, 1 on. All right. Top of the seventh, we got the Yankees up 6-1. By the way, for those Yankees fans, up 6-1 on the Phillies. The Phillies allowed to play baseball? Didn't they just have some coronavirus issues? They back to playing baseball already? Wow, okay. All right, well, top of the seventh, they're getting whooped with or without coronavirus. The Mets, 7-2 on the Atlanta Braves, 2 out in the top of the ninth. You got the Milwaukee Brewers up 3-2 on the Chicago White Sox in the middle of the sixth. All right. Bottom six, you got Minnesota and Pittsburgh tied at 4, 2 outs. Minnesota's got people on second and third. All right. Bottom six, the Bears. Ain't nobody gonna check me on that. Ain't nobody gonna check me on that. I said the Bears. Thank you.
Bears.
The Cubs. Yeah, the Chicago Cubs. The Chicago Cubs up 1-0 on the Kansas City Royals, bottom of the sixth. Right. I just wanted to see if they was gonna catch me on it. I told you I ain't did this in a while. San Francisco, the Giants, the ones that actually win games. Up 4-1 on the Colorado Rockies right now, bottom of the fifth, one out, one on first. All right, San Diego up 2-1 on the Dodgers, the Mookie Betts list Dodgers, in which we will talk about Mookie Betts later on in the show. Seattle up 1-0 on Oakland into the fourth. In NHL action, you have the Pittsburgh Penguins up 1-0 on the Montreal team. 1-0 at the end of two. Carolina, the Hurricanes, giving the Rangers hell right now as the series is 2-0. Did anybody even know that hockey is in the playoffs right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes, the Hurricanes up 2-0 on the Rangers, 4-1. All right. Winnipeg 3-2 over the Calgary Flames. The series is now tied 1 game apiece. Tampa Bay beat the Washington team, obviously. I'm gonna see if y'all not checking this today. Yeah, what is the Washington last name for the hockey team? Do anybody even know?
Capitals.
Thank you. Washington Capitals 3-2. All right. Vegas Golden Knights up 1-5-3 over the Dallas Stars. And tonight we have the Chicago. We have the Chicago Blackhawks against the Edmonton Oilers. All right, at 10:30. All right. Now, with that being said, like and share the show, folks. We have ran through the top events that you need to hear for Monday night. All right. We will keep you posted on these games as well later on. All right. As Donovan Mitchell just made another 9-foot diving floating jump shot as the Jazz are now up 2 with 2 minutes left, 54-52 on the Lakers. Now, let's get into Monday Night Madness, our topics. Obviously, we got a bunch of topics, y'all. Bunch of topics. Let's get right to it. Oh, yeah. It's time to talk Madden. Here's the criteria, folks, and I want to put this out there right now. These are the perfect rating club. This is the perfect rating club. Do you feel that someone should be taken out of this club? And if you do feel like that, who are you putting in this club? And even if you don't take someone out this club, is there anybody else who should be in this club? I'm going to start with my man with the Patriots jersey.
No, that's the Bucks, sir.
Oh, yeah, the Bucks. Right, the Bucks.
This isn't Monday Night Roasting. Can we chill a little?
the Buck patch. The Buck.
I'm burnt. You've roasted me enough.
All right. Dallas. Who we got here? You keeping all of them on there? You putting somebody else on, or you putting somebody off?
I like Mahomes, McCaffrey, Donald Gilmore. I think to be a 99 overall, you have to be not only the best at your position, but to be one of probably the top 10 players in the league. For me, I'm going to take. I don't think Michael Thomas is quite a 99 because I don't think he's the best receiver in the league.
Oh,
I think DeAndre Hopkins is the best receiver in the league, and I would put Mike Thomas at a very, very close two. I would put him like a 98. But I
don't think he's the best receiver in the league either.
I think it's Hopkins and Thomas.
I don't know. I have mixed feelings about Michael Thomas.
Wow, y'all disrespectful. Mookie, you hear it?
I don't mind him being a 99 in Madden, but I don't think he's the best receiver.
Right, the disrespect early. Wow, okay, so continue, Dallas. Are you putting anybody on?
I would put Hopkins on there instead of Thomas.
99?
Wow, okay, so that's it? Nobody else?
For linebackers, one standout, I don't see Bobby Wagner on there, and he's been as close to the best linebacker in football, even arguably when Luke Kuechly was still playing. And he has like some 2 missed tackles like in the last year or something, like, crazy like that. He probably could be a 99.
A year ago, he didn't have a missed tackle on the entire season until he played Zeke, and he got
So I
one
think
missed tackle on Zeke in like week 17.
I'd add Wagner and Hopkins.
All right, Mookie Hawkins, it's on you, bro.
I don't have a problem with this list, but I feel that Lamar should be on this list, and Khalil Mack should be on this list. So it's 599s. It should be 799s. I mean, I don't have a problem with these 99s. I mean, how can you deny the numbers that Christian McCaffrey had for 100 receptions and over 1,000 yards? Patrick Mahomes is just Patrick Mahomes. Aaron Donald, once again, Aaron Donald. Stephon Gilmore, Defensive Player of the Year. And Michael Thomas, who put together, he basically just catches 100 passes in his sleep every year. So I'm not mad at anybody on this list. I would put Lamar Jackson on that list and Khalil Mack. I'm talking Mack.
All right. Jarrett, who we putting on the list and taking off the list?
I mean, Madden's very year by year, so I feel like I couldn't put Khalil Mack as a 99 right now. I wouldn't have any of the receivers a 99, to be honest, but I don't mind Michael Thomas being a 99. But I do think Bobby Wagner should be a 99, and I think Quentin Nelson should get consideration. After this year, if he puts up another fantastic year, I think he should be a 99 after this year. There's no offensive lineman even really talked about anyway, so. And I would probably take Michael Thomas off. If I'm keeping the list, like just 5 players to be 99, I'm taking Michael Thomas off probably and putting Bobby Wagner.
Okay, awesome.
Or otherwise, I would just add him.
Well, shout out to my brother Deadeye, my man, the statistician guru, was in the building. Trivia Zone, Eric Manzuck. What up?
Oh boy, can we revisit this whole Michael Thomas thing?
Go ahead. I mean, who you taking off?
I've got nothing against DeAndre Hopkins whatsoever. I know he's fantastic with Houston. You know, had multiple 1,000-yard receiving seasons, but I mean, you look at what Michael Thomas just did this last season. You know, he broke the record for most receptions in the season with 149, had almost 1,800 receiving yards, had 9 receiving touchdowns, and you compare that to DeAndre Hopkins, he had 45 more catches than Hopkins, had almost 600 more receiving yards than Hopkins, and had 2 more receiving touchdowns than Hopkins. So I'm still trying to figure out how, Michael Thomas is going to be put under, Hopkins. I'm really curious. Mahomes, on the other hand, he proved why he's a 99. He proved why he's 99. Stephon Gilmore, with New England having the season that they did prior to what happened in the second half after they lost to Baltimore in Baltimore, that was pretty much the downhill. But Stephon Gilmore did what he did. That's what he does. Aaron Donald, two-time back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year with the Rams. You look at what he's done consistently. I know last year was an off year. I get that. I watched it. But going back to 2017, 2018, he absolutely dominated defensively with his sacks, his tackles, the forced fumbles, the pressure he has on a quarterback. I mean, you look at what they did this year on him. They literally figured Aaron Donald out and literally double-teamed him to try to prevent him from getting to the quarterback. How many people do you know in the league that actually get double-teamed individually that have to be prevented from trying to get through an offensive line? Donald absolutely deserves his 99 rating. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Hopefully he comes back this year.
So Michael Thomas don't deserve a 99 rating?
Oh, he absolutely does. Look at what I know. New Orleans didn't get to where they needed to last year.
You just said before you recanted though.
No. I said I didn't understand how Michael Thomas is being underrated against Hopkins when clearly stat-wise, Michael Thomas had the all-around better year, and as far as season-wise, New Orleans was 13-3. Where was Houston?
You took him off the list, though.
No, I'm not taking Michael Thomas off the list. No, sir.
Oh, I thought you said that at first.
No. I said I didn't understand why Michael Thomas was being, put under DeAndre Hopkins. I didn't understand that.
He can't.
Exactly.
Like,
Thank you.
you're talking
I'm not saying Hopkins is a bad receiver. I think just from this past year, Michael Thomas earned that 99 rating.
In 2 seasons, okay? In 2 seasons. Michael Thomas, 275 catches over 3,100 yards, 18 touchdowns in 2 seasons. Ain't nobody put that production up in that 2-year span like that.
Yeah.
150 catches last year.
As I look at it, 274 catches, 3,130 yards with 18 touchdowns.
Ooh. All right. With that being
a lot
said,
of work.
With that being said,
with being double teamed, double teamed too now.
With that being said, I'm about to fire start. I got to fire start something. First and foremost, number one, if Stephon Gilmore is on this list, Trey White should be on this list. I'm going to continue to keep saying that.
Well, we know everybody's disrespecting Trey White these days.
Yeah,
so.
I'm going to say that to the cow come on. Trey White better be on this list.
I agree with that.
I mean, he had 6 turnovers, zero touchdowns scored against him all year, had more defensive possessions than Stephon Gilmore. And on top of that, we'll get into Buffalo hate a little later as we play a couple of Buffalo clips.
Man, the hate is real, ain't it?
The hate is real. Secondly,
hate is real.
D-Hop definitely should be on this list. Now, here's where I will tell Deadeye that D-Hop needs to be on this list. D-Hop has done everything he's done in the league with multiple quarterbacks. Multiple
trash quarterbacks, not just multiple quarterbacks.
It doesn't matter who the quarterback has been. If he's terrible or not, D-Hop has still produced, regardless. Michael Thomas is playing with one of the absolute best quarterbacks probably in NFL history. He's at least top 7. He's at least top 7 Drew Brees in anybody's list of quarterbacks. So consistently, Michael Thomas has a legit quarterback. D-Hop has did it with everybody. And sadly, for a Houston Texans team who obviously didn't deserve him because now he's in Arizona. All right. Moving right along to the next slide. Obviously, we're going to get to the next one. And here it is. I told you, there's a lot of hate going on, folks. It gets even uglier.
It is real.
It gets even uglier. This is a shame. This right here is going to upset me. I'm going to see how many people really get upset at this list. So now we got Madden 21 safety rankings. Harrison Smith is a 95 overall. Tyrann Mathieu is a 93. Jamal Adams is a 92. Devin McCourty is a 92. Kevin Byard is a 91. Justin Simmons is a 90. Derwin James Jr. at 89. Eddie Jackson, 89. Micah Hyde, 88. Earl Thomas, the third, is an 88.
So we can start right away taking.
I'm going to let you go first, Deadeye. You tell me who should
Jalen Ramsey.
who should and shouldn't be on this list. And if you're not there, pylon to pylon, go ahead, my brother.
Is he here? Let's see.
Nope.
Oh, no, he's not. All right. So right away, you can move Devin McCourty and Kevin Byard back at least 3 spots, like behind the 3 guys that are currently behind them right now for sure. Earl Thomas can get out of that top 10 for sure. Minka Fitzpatrick's not on here.
Pathetic. Go ahead, continue. Go ahead.
I don't get it. I mean, I would probably bump Harrison Smith down in overall a little bit, just because I think he's gonna be on his he has to really be on his descent. I mean, he's looking a little slower year by year, so we're gonna see. I wouldn't have Tyrann Mathieu over. I think it's probably because of the man coverage is probably why he has a higher overall in Madden specifically. So I can understand like 93, 92. That makes sense that they're next to each other. But then Minka Fitzpatrick should be in the same overall category. And I'd put Harrison Smith down at like a 92. Justin Simmons and Derwin James should come up to the same like Tyrann Mathieu, Jamal Adams overall. Same with Eddie Jackson. And then you can kind of fill in the rest for the most part after that. I don't know. I'd have Jamal and Minka Fitzpatrick as probably the best.
Mookie Hawkins.
Earl Thomas definitely should be up out of there. I mean, okay, I get it, but Earl Thomas should be out of there. I think Harrison Smith is just like every year. Harrison Smith, he's the best safety, so he's automatically gonna be in there. Honey Badger is 93 because he's Honey Badger. Jamal Adams is up there because he talks a lot and he can stop the run. McCourty, I mean, he's playing with the Patriots, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, he is a dog. Byard, when you talk about Byard, man, he's been producing, man, 9-10 interceptions in the past 2 years, you know what I mean? So, you got 5 last year, you got 4 this year. I mean, Tennessee do have somewhat of a little underrated, sneaky little defense. Justin Simmons, you know, you're going to look at, you know, highly heralded size. He did have 4 picks, too. You know, Derwin James, you know, he 6'3". He's coming in, you know, top dog status. I mean, these are game rankings. So, I mean, he was a freak as well coming out. Eddie Jackson, I think should have been, you know, coming out in the draft, first round safety. He proved that anyway, his rookie season. So, I mean, can you debate? I mean, they're all solid. Earl don't need to be up there. Micah needs to be just a little higher because, you know, he don't get enough credit for what they do on that back end, him and Poyer. So, I think he at least should be a 90. He shouldn't be 88, like, you know what I mean? But you know how they say the guys on the I guess they feel that he's on the other side of 30. So, you know, that's how the game automatically programs it. So I can't really debate too much of these. It is what it is with these Darren Maynard rankings. But the good thing about that, as the season play, you know, they fluctuate. So Micah might turn into be, you know, finish out 94 or something. Tyrann Mathieu might finish a little lower than what he started out with, but it ain't how you start, it's how you finish, I guess.
Dallas Oliver. Go ahead, Dallas.
Well, I guess the common seems to be that Earl Thomas can probably get out of there. I would definitely put Minka up there. And if Minka's in there, he's definitely getting a rating that puts him within the top 3 for safeties. I think Adams should be maybe a tiny bit lower because he's not that great in pass coverage. He is a big hitter, and he does excel at the run stop. A lot of the talking, but I feel like his coverage can be a little bit of a weak spot. I think McCourty is about where he needs to be ranked overall. I would keep him around maybe a 90. Maybe he's a little high, but I don't think he needs to be moved down 3 to 4 spots. I think he's actually about where he should be. Byard's maybe a little high. I like Simmons' rating. Derwin James was hurt last year, so he didn't really get to build much on what he did his rookie season, so I think that's a fair rating. Eddie Jackson and Micah Hyde always fly under the radar, so they should be a little higher, but it's about where you'd expect them to be for Madden. So overall, not a terrible list other than Minka not being in there at all, which he should be, and he should have a rating in between a 93 and a 95.
I should be up there.
I'm about to do some more fire starting.
Maybe because he was in Miami first, you know, that probably had something to do with it, you know.
Yeah, I'm about to
The
fire
remnants, the dolphin remnant still lingers.
Yeah, that dolphin milk, that dolphin milk, Similac still on his breath. BS, miss me with the BS. Are you serious? Minka Fitzpatrick should be on this list, and if Minka Fitzpatrick ain't 1 or 2, I'm hushing. If you have not seen Minka Fitzpatrick's stats his all around game, ridiculous. Minka went from being a corner to a safety, one team to the next, and he's produced. Some people, when you move them, it helps them. And he is one of those folks. He's better than Harrison Smith. I'm not hearing that. I don't care about no Harrison Smith. We dog Harrison Smith every year, damn near. the Packers do, so I'm not trying to hear Harrison Smith. Okay. Number 2, the Honey Badger. I think he's a little high. 93, really?
Relax.
Nah, pylon to pylon. You just listen. You just sit in front of that nice, pretty purple stadium you got there. Okay.
Absolutely.
I light a fire.
That's Death Valley right there.
Right now, I'm heating up those chestnuts that you eating on an open fire. Okay. Right now, I got you. Don't worry. Don't worry. All right. We gonna make some s'mores. All right. Now, Jamal Adams. Jamal Adams is good. He's actually better than you give him, Dallas, in pass coverage, but okay. Why you sitting here?
I didn't say he was bad. I said he's not that great.
Oh, he's not
that great in man
coverage, but he's good in zone. He's not that great. Is Devin McCourty that great? Because last I checked,
I said McCourty was about where he needed to be. I said Adams is maybe only up there because of his hard hitting and tackling ability, but compared to other safeties, his coverage is a little lacking.
Are you saying that Devin McCourty? Hold on, watch this. Are you saying Devin McCourty is as good as Jamal Adams? He's where he's supposed to be.
No.
Oh, okay. Then he not where he's supposed to be then? He's a 92 just like Jamal Adams.
Before I said he's about where he needs to be, I said he could be about a 90 or a tad bit lower, but overall.
Oh, okay, I give you that. Okay, I give you that. Now I respect it. Thank you.
No, man, McCourty a dog though, man.
McCourty is a dog.
He's old though, so he could slip a little.
Jamal Adams anywhere under 92 is disrespectful.
Yeah, Jamal Adams is a 92. I give him a 92, whatever the case may be. But come on, man. Like Justin
Corey had 5 interceptions last year.
Where is Jordan Poyer? I'm sorry. And I'm gonna say this again. Where is Jordan Poyer on this list? This is ridiculous. This is absolutely absurd. Go look at Jordan Poyer's numbers and you tell me why he's not on this list right now. Why? What, because he's a Buffalo Bill and I'm about to hear some Buffalo Bills hate? I don't want to hear it. I do not want to hear it.
His numbers all around were not that bad, to be honest.
Really? Because I could have swore Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer, the last 2 seasons, safeties combined, have the most turnovers in between each other. But go ahead. Go look that up and you tell me. They're at least in the top 2. I think they're number 1, actually, to be very clear and honest. But tell me again how Eddie Jackson, who's at 89, I'll leave him there. Derwin James was in
Poyer 85.
Poyer is not no damn.
Poyer got an 85.
He is not no doggone 85, and you know better. Come on now, listen. This Buffalo
better
hate
than Micah.
This Buffalo hate got to stop. Micah Hyde is the Batman to that second.
Hey, Andre, something about Jordan Poyer you should know.
Come on.
In the 3 years that he's been with Buffalo, he's combined on 302 tackles and assisted on 95 of them.
Let's go. Ain't he a tackling machine? But you already knew that. That's ridiculous.
11 interceptions. 17 tackles for loss.
The hell out of here. Right. What?
We got
and he's not on the list.
Deflections. And he played all 47 games. He never missed a game.
Now, and he started on the Eagles.
Now let me read some stats real quick because it's about resumes. Need more than 1 season. Stop being a blowhard. See, this is where TC you get.
What do you mean be more? His numbers better than Honey Badgers. Both years.
Exactly. This is where TC.
Put his numbers next to Honey Badgers right now.
We already know.
That's why I said.
We already know. I did it before. They know. Come on, stop playing it. TC, this is where you get in trouble for speaking too early because he just gave you the last 3 seasons in Buffalo, sir. It's not 1 season, sir. It's 3. But go ahead and tell me again how it's not. Oh, he's average. TC, you're hating. I stop the hate. I get you're a Patriots fan, but you're hating heavily.
The hate is real.
The hate is very real right now. I said Bill safeties both deserve top 10. Take Earl, Eddie, and Devin out. Thank you, Chuck Thomas. Mr. Randall, what's up? Bayer should be a 92 also. I'm just saying I'm okay with.
Why would you take Eddie Jackson out? That doesn't make any sense.
Where was he against Houston when it mattered?
Do you want his numbers?
Oh my goodness, yo, he just said where was he at when it mattered against Houston? I think he's really making it seem as if Houston just threw the ball all over the Bills in that game, which they totally didn't, though. They just didn't.
They ran it in.
Thank you.
60 combined tackles and only assisted on 9 of them
You're not
with
spitting
1
facts.
sack.
This is unbelievable. You're not spitting facts. You're spitting hatred propaganda against the Bills because you're a Patriots fan. I want you to keep it real. Even as a Patriots fan, I want you to keep it real. You saying Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer shouldn't be on this list is blasphemous. It's blasphemous. Dude, he just gave you his stats. What else can you say about that? I guarantee you put Jordan Poyer's stats up against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right now, and his stats
at these teams
6 people on this list, at least.
When you look at these teams,
Crazy.
you gotta look at pass defense too. Like who had the best pass defense?
Buffalo.
You know, on these teams. And I mean, you know, it's a few other guys too.
One of the best pass defenses in the league.
You can have five picks, but you could have got them during garbage time. Ain't no
Micah
telling what
Hyde
you got
should be on this list, though. Right. Micah Hyde's time in Buffalo. Check this out. So basically, 222 combined tackles and assisted on 56 of them in the 3 years he's been with Buffalo.
How many turnovers do Micah Hyde got?
He actually, in the 3 years he's been with them, has recorded 8 interceptions for a combined 80 yards.
You want to tell me again? Name another safety tool that has 20. That has 20 in 3 seasons. Name one. I'll wait. Brian Thomas, where you at when I need you? The people waiting. Where? TT? Where? And if you mention Patrick Chung, listen. If you mention Patrick Chung, I'm probably gonna get pissed off right on this show because it's blasphemous. It's blasphemous.
You know what Patrick Chung doing? We know what Patrick Chung
credit
doing.
where the credit is due. The Patriots have won Super Bowls. They're one of the best teams ever, the whole 9 yards. Tom Brady, one of the best quarterbacks ever. Julian Edelman, one of the best slot receivers ever. Point blank, period. People who say he's not is foolish. It's very foolish. I'll give them their props. But, man, your hate is just ridiculous. This hatred stuff is ridiculous against the Bills. And you know it.
I would put Poyer on the list. I have 2 other safeties I thought of that actually have valid claims to be on the list if you want to bump off Eddie Jackson and Kevin Byard. John Johnson from the Rams. Nobody talks about him. And Adrian Amos in Green Bay, I think, is where he is now.
Adrian Amos, yes, it's very
I
good.
will
But
not put John Johnson from the Rams on this list.
Neither of them are better than Eddie Jackson.
From this
I
past
think
year, John Johnson
you
like
could do
John
Amos
Johnson.
for Byard, I suppose. I think you would do Amos for Byard.
keep saying put Poyer on another team, he'd be average at best. How?
He was pretty bad on the Eagles. So
The Eagles' whole secondary is trash.
well,
It's
relax.
been trash.
No need for this. There's no need for this.
It's been trash. Don't even go
There's
there.
no need for this.
Ray, really
Oh,
quickly,
yeah,
I
no
disagree
need
with that
for
John
it.
Johnson.
Yeah, there's all need for it. You know
He
better.
was a 7th-round pick. He was a 7th-round draft pick, right?
Antoine Winfield's going to be up there after this year.
Y'all didn't develop him right. We paid him out of Cleveland for shorts.
I disagree with the John Johnson for a couple reasons.
Go ahead.
One, 51 combined tackles and 27 assists in the year prior, 119
ain't no
combined
Eddie
tackles and 37 assists.
Hell no. Ain't no here.
That back end was horrible.
Terrible. Garbage. Butt cheeks.
They just got Jalen Ramsey over there.
Okay, but the Jets back end defense was horrible and their secondary was horrible, but yet Jamal Adams was still one of the better safeties within the top 5.
Jamal is their
So
only secondary.
Jamal Adams had better numbers than John Johnson.
I know. I'm just saying, just because a secondary or a back end is bad doesn't mean that the one good player back there isn't a top 10 at that position.
Oh no, but Jamal Adams is legitimately good. John Johnson.
I think Johnson flies under the radar.
I think Adams is higher than what he actually is.
To you, he might.
Okay.
He might. All right. We are going to move on to our next topic, and then after this topic, we're going to a quick commercial break. Then we'll get back on it. All right. This one should be real easy for you guys. Real easy.
See you in that Tom Brady Tampa Bay Buck jersey. We got to say about that.
Oh my goodness! Right. He's still loyalty. Dallas, it is all fun. All right. You see your face.
All right. We'll see who'll be laughing after this season.
Speaking of the Patriots, we might as well talk about him right now. Cam Newton versus AFC East teams. 7-1, 273 total yards per game, 17 total touchdowns, 3 interceptions. All right. Will Cam be successful this year against the AFC East?
It's up in the
Not
air.
against Buffalo. Not against Buffalo. Sorry.
Not if you're sorry if you're right.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he won't be in Buffalo. He ain't gonna be doing nothing in Buffalo. He's not. What else do y'all want me to say about that?
Pylon to pylon.
I don't care what he do in Miami. I don't care what he do against the Jets. He ain't gonna do nothing in Buffalo. He ain't gonna throw for 300. Nothing like that. Nothing crazy. He ain't gonna do nothing elite. Gonna run a little bit. But that ain't happening. Y'all gonna see. They hung my man out to dry this year, but go get that jersey. He ain't gonna do nothing when they play the Bills, though.
I agree. I mean, Brady didn't really do anything though past his last big game against the Bills was like 2016 when he came back from suspension. He kind of like whooped their ass like 400 yards. But since then, a lot of quarterbacks, even the elite ones, have trouble doing anything against Buffalo's defense since Sean McDermott got there and started building that defense from the pass rush to the back end. I mean, Brady couldn't even with a healthy Gronk, starting back in 2017, really numbers started to dip off against Buffalo. So nothing will change with Cam. We'll beat them the same way we always have, or play them tough at least with, quick slant passes, and you might throw for like 150 and a lot of forward hard-nosed running and hope for some defensive turnovers.
We are getting slants off on him.
Yeah, you have to.
You guys are aware that Cam Newton has not thrown for over 4,000 yards in over 9 years.
We don't need him to throw for over 4,000 yards.
And let me read some of these comments because the comment section is crazy. Devon Stanfield said Khalil Mack definitely should be on this list. Lamar has a 74 accuracy and an 81 awareness in real life. So hell no for Lamar. Khalil Mike is bet to smoking leftover opium from the Cold War. He wild. He already on. Yo, Devon Stanfield, the professional, is already on one today. Derwin James should be a 91 if he didn't get injured. Russell Wilson needs to be up there. I'm a 49ers fan, but I respect the game enough to know Russell Wilson is the MVP. MVP Russ needs MVP consideration. Donovan Samuels, what's up, my brother? He said he's still at work, but he's checking in. All right, man. Put in that hard work and then come watch Monday Night Madness afterwards. Dre, look at the safety stats for the Bills. Stop it. Des, I'm not. Listen, I know what the Bills is capable of safety-wise. I've seen it already, sir. All right. Thomas is an awesome player, but having a Hall of Fame quarterback your whole career helps. Yep. Listening and here, but working. What's up, Ramona? She is the MVP, diehard MVP. What's going on? Tyrann Matthew should be a 90 or 91. Mr. Randall said, I was thinking 90. I just need him to win one versus the Bills. LOL. You can keep roasting Dallas. Laugh. said Melissa. What's up, Melissa? Safety duo gave up passer rating of 93.1, which is 15th. Man coverage, they ranked 10th, but zone second to the Vikings. Forced incompletion percentage is ranked 12th. Yeah, that would be correct, especially when you had a better pass rush than the Buffalo Bills last year. Okay. Moving on that note. Coming in dead. Thanks for trying. Eddie Jackson should be higher. Injuries hurt him last year. No, so down year for defense, he had to carry the load. Yes, he did for Mitchell Trubisky. LOL, said Marcus. Marcus and Devon going at it right now in the comment section. Jamal Adams is great recovery. He got a pick 6 on Stidham. LOL. Poyer put on a different team. He's average at best. Dominique said, love your energy. Thank you very much, Dominique. Thank you for always supporting and watching. Appreciate you.
How is he average at best if you put him on another team? I don't get that.
Understand. Right. This is all
what y'all talking about? Like, what y'all mean I put him on another team, he average? Well, he's thriving in this system. Why would he go on another team? So Matthew on another team, he averaged 2 then, right? And that's what I don't be understanding when people be saying sometimes just because the Bills or you put him on another team, he average, but you can't say that in the same breath as Tyrann Mathieu though. I don't get that.
In fact, you can't even say that because anytime a Bills player come off the Bills and they go to another team, they win Super Bowl. So what are we talking about any damn way?
Right,
Hogan, case in point, Mr. Hogan.
Yeah, case in point, Mr. Hogan. Oh my goodness. Here comes the alpha of Marcus Bet. Marcus?
And Marcus, I'll see you Saturday night on Trivia.
By the way, yeah, fix your audio. Marcus Bet, don't you come in here and start no mess. All right? Don't you come in here and start no mess. No, and no. All right. Moving right along. Yo, Marcus said yes.
I have to be the balance to Mookie's homerism. I have to.
Man, we ain't trying to hear it.
I'm just waiting for Mookie Hawkins to say that Josh Allen is better than Patrick Mahomes. I'm just waiting for it.
Oh my God!
I tried to set up the strongest arm challenge today, but they got him off the podium so quick.
You know who else had a strong? You know who else had a really strong arm? Jamarcus Russell. Jamarcus Russell had a great arm.
Cut it out. I ain't feeding into where
maybe had it at LSU, but not in the NFL.
Feeding into where you're going, Mr. Betts. Okay,
I'm about to mute him right now.
All I know is he got more rushing TDs than your running back there in Dallas. So that's I'm gonna leave that alone. If he's trash, he got more running. He got more runners and touchdowns than your guy. Your guy. Okay.
That's because the best running back on the Buffalo Bills is Josh Allen.
You know
he's
what?
Your short yardage back. He's your short yardage running back. He won't
be Zach Moss now. We got Zach Moss.
That's Zach Moss now. You're right. It's Zach Moss. But I'm saying, we throw the ball into the end zone sometimes too.
Mookie, why you let him get off like Devin Singletary?
He's Josh Allen biggest hater. I told you that. He's
like
the president of the Josh Allen hate club. He is the president.
You are the president, the treasurer, and the secretary of the Josh Allen fan club.
That's Hollywood.
All right, so moving on. Let's move on, y'all. Let's get to the highest paid DTs by average. I asked, are these 3 legit? 1, 2, and 3, or would you take somebody off and somebody else should be getting paid more? Which one would you take off, or is this list legit? Or do you feel it's legit? They should be getting paid this much money.
Well, Donald deserves the most, obviously. Buckner deserves top 5. Chris Jones deserves top 5. Fletcher Cox should be right around the same range. Yeah, I mean, I don't have too many problems with it.
Dallas, any problems?
I would bump Buckner down to 4, and I would move Chris Jones up to 2, and I would put Fletcher Cox at 3.
All right.
Fletcher Cox is a bad man. We have to see that guy twice a year. Fletcher Cox is a bad man. I got to give it up to him. No doubt, he's a bad man.
Yes, he is, definitely. Gotta respect what Fletcher Cox has done, for sure. A monster. He is a monster. All right. I just want to give y'all some quick updates real quick. Are we good with this list? Everybody's good with the list?
Yeah, I don't have a
Aaron
problem.
Donald's number one. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
I ain't got a problem with that, really.
Oh, listen, Monday Night Madness always get real. You know it get real because everybody joined in, and now here come the professional, Devon Stanfield's in the building too. Oh boy, Monday Night Madness just heated up even more.
Oh, don't go in the weeds now, Mookie.
Oh.
Don't go in the snow forest now, even though I didn't come on here for you.
This is my eucalyptus broom because we're going to sweep the Patriots.
He must have come here for me
this year.
Oh boy.
Yeah, stop the madness, man. You're not sweeping the Patriots. Man.
He came for you like treasure of the court.
And you damn sure ain't. And you damn
this
sure
is my broom. I ain't got my.
And you damn sure ain't sweeping the AFC East. And
get my COVID jersey ready, Marcus.
And I want everyone to hear this.
Get my COVID jersey ready.
And I want everyone to hear this. When Mookie Hawkins loses,
who are we losing to?
I can see you losing the game to the I can see you losing the game to the Dolphins.
Knock it off, man. Where do you see that?
The Dolphins.
No, the hate is so real. You know why he did that? Hold on, you wouldn't know why he
for
did
the Patriots. You went for the Patriots from Cam Newton now. The Dolphins?
No. You want to know why? You want to know why he
did the Patriots?
You want to know why he think that, Mookie? Because his team lost to every team in the AFC East except for the Dolphins. That's exactly why. That's why, right there.
You're not losing a divisional game, man. I'm trying to tell you.
You're losing at least one of the Patriots. They'll be lucky to pull off a split.
I don't care who.
It's not split.
I don't care.
Y'all ain't got no left tackle now. Marcus Cannon opted out. So I don't want to hear none of.
Marcus Cannon's our right tackle. Get the positions right. Isaiah Wynn, first round pick from Georgia's our left tackle, and he's shown
we got
top 10 talent when healthy. He's better than Deion Dawkins by a mile.
You nuts.
Deion Dawkins is average at best, maybe below, bottom 15.
You're nuts.
Okay, so we got a caller on the line.
Yo, I came on here for I came on here for Marcus Betts, but if Dallas keep talking that blasphemous BS, I'm about to go at you, dog. I'm telling you.
Hold on. We got Ramona on the line. Ramona, what's up?
I just wanted to remind the panel, FCC Airways. That's all I wanted to do.
Oh, okay. FCC Airwaves, y'all.
And I just want to remind you, of your contractual obligations whenever you come on the air.
She already hung up. She said she do not care about that Rocky buyer. She said ain't nobody care, like Dennis Holmes said. Ain't nobody care. Listen, here we go. What's going on, everybody? Walter, what up? Hang up the phone. Sit. Oh my goodness. Here we go, TC. Hush. Anyway, if y'all ain't talking Cleveland, y'all ain't talking. Walter Ringfield, what's good, my brother? Of course you would come in here talking that Cleveland talk. We gonna talk about Baker Mayfield in a minute too. Don't worry.
The deadline.
And Ramona back too.
The deadline to opt out in the NFL is Thursday to keep jumping off. I got 3 days. I got 72 hours to live. Okay, it's just it.
Okay.
Oh wow! There's a video game on Devon's face. Is that like the first
deadline? Thursday. Speak now, forever hold your peace.
Go ahead, Mookie. Say that one more time for everybody. So if you didn't hear what Mookie Hawkins said, he said the deadline is Thursday. If you're trying to opt out, the deadline is Thursday. Speak now or forever hold your peace. That go for any team. All right. So if Amari Cooper want to opt out right now, or Mitchell Trubisky want to opt out right now, or Jared Goff want to opt out right now, or Aaron Rodgers
really?
want to opt out right now,
Really?
Josh
You
Allen
can't
wants
lie
Josh
to
Allen
me.
want to opt out right now,
Did you really
Josh
just come
Allen
at me
said he
with
doing
Jared
this
Goff?
for the nation, baby.
or
He
Carson
doing
Wentz
this for the
wanna take
nation.
another
He ain't
injury
opting out.
season off.
I can't
Or
believe you
Carson
suggested
Wentz.
Jared Goff.
Right, if Carson Wentz wanna talk injury, yeah, he can opt out too.
Hey, I'm really. Why did you come at me like that with Jared Goff?
We got
I'm
somebody
curious.
from Ohio on the line. 216 was good.
You already know the Cleveland in the house. Can I get an amen?
Hey man, what's up? What's up, Walter Ringer?
Well, how y'all doing, man? Chiming in, man. I heard y'all boys talking about football, and I ain't hear nothing about my boys, so I figured I'd call in and see what's up.
Oh, listen, Walter Ringfield. This is what I'm gonna do for you. You ready for this, Walter? I'm gonna invite you right here on Monday Night Madness because Baker Mayfield is about to get talked about in about 5 minutes.
OH10, my man from the OH10.
This will be so much fun.
Right.
That's right. I'll see you in 5 minutes.
I'll see you in 5.
Hey, Drake, can I say one joke real quick?
We're going to turn up tonight. Go ahead. What's up, Deadeye?
Jokingly aside, if Baker Mayfield were to opt out of his contract, that would be the best quarterback decision Cleveland ever makes since they got rid of Johnny Manziel.
Oh, here we go.
He's got too much riding on this season. He's got way too much riding on this season.
What exactly does Baker Mayfield have? I'm just curious.
Say what?
What does Baker Mayfield exactly have writing on this year statistics?
His whole career.
Okay, that's fair.
His whole career. He's when you're the number one pick in the draft, and you're held to a higher standard. That's why your boy be getting roasted all the time.
Oh, believe me, I already know why Jared Goff gets roasted. Believe me. There ain't no secret there.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I've openly said it. I called him Jared get off the field.
TC Casey said, "John not too bright betting against Baker."
There is no mistaking why Jared Goff has been roasted for the last year and a half. Even going back to the Super Bowl against the Patriots, we saw exactly what happened in that game.
DC just mad because he bright.
Y'all talk about
that's not why he takes
Baker's a bum.
That's not why he takes heat though. The reason he takes heat is because you're always compared to everybody in your class. For instance, when certain teams draft a certain quarterback, when they could have drafted another quarterback, like when you draft Mitchell Trubisky instead of Patrick Mahomes, when you do stuff like that,
I've been literally waiting on this. Waiting on this.
Devon, go ahead, bro.
I've been literally. See, here's the thing.
Let me just ask you this before.
Here's the thing, right? You guys have drafted everything else right. You got offensive linemen, you got defensive linemen, you got cornerbacks, you got safeties, you got probably the top 5 running back in the league. You had one of the top receivers in the league, and yet and still your team has literally had the exact same playoff production as my quarterback. So I would shut the hell up if I were you. That's first and foremost. Because you're not America's team, you're America's trash. That's what the hell you are. That's first and foremost. Second of all, you have quite possibly the Barack Obama of quarterbacks and don't want to pay him. That just goes to show you that not only are you idiots as it pertains to how to pick coaches and coach a team, but you don't even know when to do right and when not to do right. In the midst of social justice, you could be leading America into America's time, but instead of that, you acting just like COVID. You acting like a damn disease, infected. So I would shut the hell up over there in Dallas until you win a playoff game other than the one in the same goddamn time frame that my quarterback has won. And by the way, we both got the same amount of Pro Bowl appearances too. By the way,
here's the difference between my team and your team. Okay, since you want to take it there, number one, you're talking about a quarterback that your idiot team, since you want to talk about stupidity from a front office, your idiot team moves up 2 spots and gives away their firstborn child and their kidneys to pick Mitchell Trubisky. Okay? My quarterback.
You know what? I'd rather move up 2 spots to take a quarterback and take a chance on him than to take a chance on guys who throw women on beds of guns.
How does that working out for you? How's that working out? The
same way it did with you. 1 playoff win. That's how it works out. That's how it works. But the only difference is the expectations for my team weren't nearly as high as they have been for you guys.
Here's the thing.
My fans aren't bloody delirious.
Okay.
Now, you want to play the bad guy. You want to go tit for tat. I got plenty of titties for all of your tats.
Dak Prescott, 4th round pick. Mitchell Trubisky, 4th overall. That was supposed to be the 4th overall pick and gets picked number 2. Okay, that's Mitchell Trubisky. Look at the screen. I need you to focus.
I'm looking
Mitchell
at the
Trubisky.
Screen. It's hard to miss all that face and all that gray.
Mitchell Trubisky. Hey, Mitchell Trubisky will not see a $30 million contract ever in life.
You could possibly be right, but the fact of the matter is, as long as we both only have 1 playoff win, it don't freaking matter.
It does matter.
It definitely doesn't, because you're no closer to the Super Bowl than I am. So while we sitting over here arguing, people like Patrick Mahomes, people like Patrick Mahomes and other people, they laughing. So I need you to stay on task.
No closer to the Super Bowl?
No closer to the Super Bowl.
There's professional gamblers, D. Stanfield, a professional like you. That's what they do. They sit around and they wager all day.
Hey, last time I checked, right? Last time I checked,
not one betting person was saying the Chicago Bears are close to the Super Bowl.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Jared, because you're the Philadelphia Eagles fan, right?
Yeah,
Eagles fan, right? Last time I checked, we lost our playoff game by
double doink,
right? It was a bum field goal, right?
Double doink.
The last time Dak Prescott was in the playoffs, how much they lost by?
They lost pretty bad to the eventual Super Bowl participants on the NFC side.
Oh, but our team won the Super Bowl. The team that we lost to, double doink, they won the Super Bowl. Not participant, they won the Super Bowl. Did you forget that?
After being up 25 points, how could anyone forget?
That was the year after.
And who did they beat? Dallas? Since you talking stuff over there too? Molly whopped.
All right, y'all. Listen.
If I could drop my mic, if I didn't pay so much for it, if I could drop it, I would.
So listen, y'all.
Yeah, I got real beef.
Y'all listen.
They over there talking blasphemous. Blasphemy.
I just
was talking about Eddie Jackson. Eddie Jackson don't belong. What?
Hold on, y'all.
Yeah, I said the same thing. He's a clear-cut top 10 safety in the league.
Hey, listen. I just want to let y'all know we got to go pay some bills real fast. This is the first hour of Monday Night Madness. This is a whole nother hour. Man, we ain't gonna get through all these topics, but nevertheless, we here. You see him with the target. It's Marcus the Alphabets, Jared Pylon the Pylon Mother. We got Devon Stanfield in the building. We got Deadeye the statistician guru, Aaron Manzuck, Dallas Oliver, the like a rhinestone switching teams, Cowboys.
Hey, Marcus, surprisingly, Dallas didn't lose all that bad the last time they were in the playoffs.
We got Mookie Hawkins. All right, and myself. Yep. We will see you in just a second. Let us collect our thoughts and pay some bills.
Hey, Marcus. So the last time Dallas was actually in the playoffs when they played the Ram in the divisional game.
Yes.
Jarrell Cobb and James Reed. They were arrested 8 days.
Got commercials.
That's not a commercial.
Here comes the commercials, folks. Let me play the doggone commercial, Marcus.
Never seen commercials that are not commercials.
Never seen commercials that are commercials. All right, here they go.
I'm here all week, Marcus. All week.
Yeah. Let's get this fire started. What became my passion? Time will bring it to life, highlighting all the action. Opinions could explode like a chemical reaction. If we started from the bottom, now rise up the newest caption. Man, it's known that every team and every person got an
Yo,
image.
Dre.
But there's a similarity that won't fall
I thought Marcus was gonna punch me in the face.
When we come back to commercial, I gotta say one thing when we come back from commercial, because I got a little bit of a rant myself for the Bears fan down there for what he said, Marcus. I guess I'll.
Man, oh man. Yeah. Let's get this fire started. What became my passion? Time will bring it to life, highlighting all the action. Opinions could explode like a chemical reaction. If we started from the bottom, now rise up the newest caption. Man, it's known that every team and every person got an image. But there's a similarity that won't fall of our differences. Statements can get real, better back it up with evidence. Prove it for the record. Watch hour of deliverance. Hate this outside the lines, but we do it quite frankly. Cause I'm around the horn, so just hard to interrupt it. Cause I hate that they be threatened. Cause I don't want it.
Do numbers like I work in finance. God bless, no, this not by chance. Don't dab me, you're not my man. Don't at me, you're not my man. Mama said don't buy it if you cannot buy it twice. I started choosing, I don't pump it with the price. Always on the ground, I put in work with all my might. I know that he got me now by sight.
Shout out to Ramona Dye for this. All right, y'all. We back Monday Night Madness. Y'all good now? Y'all good? Listen, the fire starters in the building. And I'm asking, is y'all good? That's how hot it is in here right now. Yo, look, we got the professional in the building, Devon Stanfield. We got the alpha, Marcus Betts. We got Mookie Hawkins, the legend in here. Dallas Oliver. We got the statistician guru, Eric Manzuck. Jared Mullen, the pylon, and Fight the Mic. Man, y'all fighting the mic heavy right now on the show, by the way. Man, we got more Monday Night Madness right here for you guys. Round 2, if you want to call it round 2. We got more. All right? We just getting warmed up. I need Walter Ringfield to report to Monday Night Madness, please. Please report, because we're about to talk about your quarterback real quick before we get into some other
Cleveland's new general manager.
Eric Manzuck. Please. Let me read some of these comments, folks.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
In here. Somebody put the code in for Walter Ringfield. I did already in the chat. Shout out to the Facebook Live for everybody that's tuned in, everybody that supports us. Man, this is always a blessing and a beautiful time. We got Baker Mayfield up here. Report, Walter Ringfield. AZ Soul 100, get up here. Arizona's finest, get up here. What do we think about Baker Mayfield, folks, while we wait for Walter Ringfield?
Brutal honesty, he still has a lot to learn. And I mean that sincerely.
Hey, Melissa. I put the code in the comment section right there, Walter Ringfield. Get in there.
Let me ask you this.
I still think no matter what, in that draft class, I still think he's the best quarterback in that draft.
Okay, let me ask you this. Of second-year quarterbacks about to be in a third year,
I really do
rather
believe
have
that. Now here's the other
Josh
thing.
Allen, Baker
Here's the thing you
Mayfield,
have
or
to-
Sam Darnold?
Hold on. Answer that. Say that again, Deadeye.
In the 2-year quarterbacks that we've had that are about to enter their 3rd year, and be honest, who would you actually have right at this very second? Josh Allen, Baker Mayfield, or Sam Darnold?
Baker.
Darnold.
I'd still
I'll
rather
take Baker.
I'd still rather have Baker Mayfield. I feel like he has the better. I feel like he has the better pedigree playing at Oklahoma. And look, this is the professional league. This is where the big boys play out. But he's a better thrower of the football. I just feel like the thing that has held him back is coaching and offensive line. I really do believe that. If you give this guy time,
cut it out. Oh, but we can't give Josh Allen time. But we can give this bum time.
Bum, watch your mouth, man. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
Baker Mayfield, he's a rich bum.
No, he said it right. He's a bum.
So what is your team?
He's
What
a
is Allen
bum.
then,
It
bro?
doesn't
What-
matter.
what is
He's
Allen?
a
What is
bum.
Allen?
He's Johnny
your team, man?
Manziel with a little bit more height.
Hold on, y'all. I want to introduce.
I'm gonna let y'all do y'all
Walter
talking right
I
now.
want to.
I'll let y'all do y'all talking right now.
Walter
I'm
Reese.
sorry, Walter. You were always tenor and all that, but Baker is a bum. Y'all was hooping.
I'm on your ass.
Baker's
I'm on your
issue
behind.
last year was the fact that he was
Go ahead.
too
Go
quick
ahead.
to
I'm
jump
gonna let
out
y'all
of the
talk.
pocket.
I'm gonna let y'all talk.
I don't
let me
allow
finish
people
my thought. Let me finish my
on my
thought. Look,
edifice.
I still feel like out of all those quarterbacks, the only one who I would give a slight nod to because he's a more dynamic player would be Lamar Jackson. He's a more dynamic player. But when you look at just quarterback moxie in the pocket, if you give this guy time, he's deadly accurate.
What is you talking about? How he's deadly accurate, man? Just stop making
What do you mean he's not deadly? I'm going to
You're
express my
making
time.
excuses for
Let
this
me
dude, man.
finish. If you
I
let
thought
me
y'all
finish,
called me on here to
if you
talk,
let me
man.
fin- if you
That's
let me
the, that's
hear
the
this
one
blasphemy.
thing. That's the one thing Baker does do well. He is accurate. You can't.
He's
you can't take that
deadly
from him.
accurate.
He's absolutely a
He's not
murderer in the
deadly
pocket.
accurate. He's not
He's a
deadly
murderer in the
accurate. I'm not
pocket.
gonna let any one of
Sure
y'all
is.
get away with that right now. He's not deadly.
He's
Clean your-
very, very
Well, you don't
accurate.
know what. You
59%.
don't know what.
Hold on, y'all.
59%.
You don't know what
of clip.
accuracy is, though.
Listen, I'm gonna mute everybody's mic if y'all don't talk one at a time. Remember,
Let me finish my thought, though. Let me finish my thought, though. I promise. He's deadly accurate. The issues that Baker Mayfield has had that has held him back. Who's a better coach, Sean McDermott or Freddie Kitchens? Come on now.
Coach,
No, man, we ain't going that route. We ain't going that route.
That matters, though.
It's true.
When
ain't
y'all
going
sit
that
up
route.
there, okay. So if you put Josh,
Can I talk?
if you put Josh
He had
out,
better offensive coordinators.
Hold on, listen.
Baker had better offensive coordinators.
Hold on, y'all. I brung Walter Rainfield on.
Y'all see what's on my chest, don't you? You see what's on my chest. Stop playing with me.
Right.
All right.
And
So what
Baker
I'm gonna say is
Mayfield
this.
can't even hit him.
Go ahead.
And Baker
All
Mayfield
right.
can't even hit him. So I don't want to
So
hear.
why he so why he got the so why do he have an NFL record and led all rookies of all time in touchdowns? Then why do we got that if he's not accurate? Why?
Why he throw 21 interceptions this year?
No, but let's go
With
back to
Odell.
rookie year. Everybody
With
have a bad
Odell, you got
second.
Whenever
Odell
you done.
Beckham and you
He got
got
1,000
worse.
yards.
How you get
got
worse
two-
with
you
Odell Beckham Jr.?
How you got 1,000-yard running back and 2,000-yard receivers? And he did what?
And y'all finished 6-10. Explain that to
What
me.
you finished? Where did you finish?
Y'all finished 6-10.
Who
We
is your
finished
team?
10-6.
Who is your team? Who is your
We
team?
finished
Bills.
10-6
The
with
Bills.
mediocre. With
He's
mediocre.
a Bill. Oh
Right,
my
and we
God.
let
Here
y'all
we
get
go
away
with the
with
Niagara Deers. Here we go with the Niagara Deers, guys, again. Here we go. The trash, they ain't even bills. Them is coins. Them ain't even real bills. Them is the Buffalo coins. Where's the head coach is Rock Emerson. Y'all trash, fam. And you know
Right,
this.
y'all finished
Only
6-10.
reason,
Listen, how you got like you just said. You just said it yourself, right, Walter?
I'll let you talk.
You didn't let me talk
how
at
do you-
all.
You've been talking the whole time. What I'm saying is, how is it that you haven't won your division in 55 years? You can't say nothing.
For the last
You
time
ain't been
Cleveland
you
won
ain't
the
been
division.
good since
How do
since
you
OJ
have-
Simpson, fam.
How do you have 2,000-yard running backs?
Easy.
Juice
Had the
Landry,
best division,
and
had the toughest
Joku,
division in football.
and Joku, and
Had the
Odell
toughest
Beckham,
division in
and only
football.
win
That's
6
how.
games.
Had
You
a
throw
tough
21
division in football.
interceptions. You talking about if
That's how.
Marcus, you talk about if you give him time to throw. There's been plenty of times Baker Mayfield had time to throw. He's not stepping
Shouldn't
his
you be
little butt up
focusing
in
on
the
Josh
pocket.
Allen?
Hold on. He's not
Shouldn't
stepping.
Josh Allen
He's
stay in the
not
pocket
stepping
more instead
up
of trying
in
to
the
run?
pocket.
Is
He's
Josh Allen accurate?
He's scared
Is
to
Josh
step
Allen
up in the
accurate?
pocket.
He can throw it down the
Who
field, but he
plays in
can't
a
throw it
more?
no
Hang
accuracy.
on, let me ask y'all
Hold on,
this.
y'all. I
Let me
want to
ask
make
y'all
sure.
this.
Hold on, y'all. I want to make sure everybody can hear everyone accurately.
Who plays in
The
a more
trash
brutal
talking is
division?
best when they can hear you. Go ahead.
Cleveland
Who
does.
plays in a more brutal division? You get
We do.
in the AFC East is a cakewalk, dude. It's a cakewalk.
Cakewalk.
It's a
Cakewalk.
cakewalk.
Now we talking.
The Browns,
This is the NFL. What do you mean it's a cakewalk?
It's a
It's a
cakewalk.
It ain't no
cakewalk.
cakewalk.
You
Why
got
y'all
the
go 8-8
Dolphins in
every
there.
year then? If it's a
Hang on.
cakewalk,
You got
why
the
the
Dolphins.
Cowboys going 8-8 every year if it's a
You got the
cakewalk, man?
Dolphins and the
You're not
Bills in
making
your
logical
division. Get
sense
out of
right
here.
now.
Because once again, we
Because
play.
now it's a because.
Let me
It's because
talk.
why y'all mediocre and half average team
Let
every
me
year. Come
You
on,
play
man.
Miami
Miss me with
twice a
that.
year, bro.
Let me.
Miss me with that, man. Y'all
I
making excuses
thought,
on what y'all
I
want to
thought
make
I was gonna be
excuses
doing
for.
more
But
talking
reality
today.
is
You act
what
like
it
your team
actually
good, though.
is.
This is actually
You
pretty
think because you're
good.
talking
I'm
louder,
enjoying this.
just because you're talking loud don't mean you saying that.
You
Your
get
team
2
bums
games.
Man,
forever.
y'all went 10-6 with
Forever.
those with all those weapons, bro.
What weapons
Okay,
you
so let
got?
me ask you
What you
this.
got over
So
there?
let me
Right, and he had a better touchdown interception ratio than Baker did.
In the
With
second
less
year, but what
less
about?
weapons.
Let's go
He
with a
doing
2-year
more with
average. Who
less.
winning? No, he's not. No, he's not. I'm gonna tell
He
you this.
won
You got
10
to
games.
take your Homer glasses off, fam.
He won 10
And
games.
and 3 of them was by fluke. Let's remember
Maybe
this.
maybe Baker need these glasses so he can step up in the pocket. He can see.
I would rather have Baker.
He too scared to step up in the pocket.
Baker. I would have
Dre,
Baker.
Scared
than I
to
would
step
have
up
Josh
in the
Allen.
pocket. Now,
Hey,
if
Dre, why don't you
Stefanski, if
Dre,
Stefanski can fix having him have passing lanes to throw with their lines,
Listen,
it may be.
coaching is
Other than that, he's
everything.
still
If
gonna
you're
be
gonna,
running to the right. He's gonna be running to
only
the
because
right.
this is Dre's show, I'm gonna keep letting you talk, and I really don't let people out talking like this. But I'm gonna let you keep going, Dre, ahead, because you feel like you want to just keep talking and hearing yourself talk to convince yourself that what you're saying to make any type of sense when your team is gonna be trash and always gonna be trash.
So
Ever since you
go
cursed
6-10
yourself in
then?
4 straight, you lost 4
Why y'all go
straight
6-10
Super Bowls.
with all
You
those
always
weapons?
gonna be trash. The
Why
same
y'all
way
go
you lost 4
6-10?
straight
Can we
Super
stay on
Bowls.
the topic?
That's
Can we
how.
stay on the topic? So
Why y'all 6-10 then?
So
Dre, can I get
Why
in on
y'all,
a
this?
tough division.
is you gonna answer my
We got a tough-
question? Why are
We
y'all
beat the Ravens,
6-10,
though.
Walter?
Can you beat the Ravens? Because we got a tough division, and
A
our
tough
coaches suck.
division.
Yeah,
That's it.
we got the Ravens.
A
We got
gun
the
in your face,
Steelers
and that's
in there.
all you can
Who
come
you
up
got?
with.
Who
A
you
gun in your
got?
face, and that's all you can come up with. Oh, we playing a tough
Girl,
division. They ain't
if
win the
you had a
Super
gun,
Bowl.
if
Ain't
you
nobody
had
in
a
that
gun in
division
my
win the
face,
Super Bowl. What are you
if
talking
you had a
about?
gun in my face, I
Okay,
put my finger where the bullet
who's
goes.
the only team? Hey,
Park the gun up.
hey, Mookie
Yo,
Hawkins.
hold on,
Mookie Hawkins.
guys.
Okay,
Hold on.
I gotta mute the
So,
phone.
I gotta ask this question to Walt since he's here because that's my guy. Walt's my guy, but I gotta ask you this. You came into the season playing 3 more games than you played the previous year. You started all of the games. You came in with arguably about 50%, and this is by the stats in terms of impact versus no impact. You came into the season with about 50% more talent than you started the previous year with, and halfway through the season, you added another 13% of offensive impact. How is it that you were only able to win the exact same amount of games and throw for less completion percentage with more talent around you? Can you explain that? And I'm not going to interrupt you.
It's an easy explanation, and everybody want to discredit Bill Belichick right now. No, coaching plays a lot. It plays a lot in how a quarterback can get down, right? So if you put Baker Mayfield the year before that, when he was terrible, the first half of the year he was terrible because he had terrible coaching that year too. Then they switched it up and gave it to Kitchens and Williams for the second half is when he exploded and went on his run, right? So the thing with, you ever heard of a sophomore slump?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm saying
that usually happens when people get game tape on you, though, right? I'm asking the question.
Hold on. You said you wasn't going to interrupt. What I'm saying is a sophomore slump, right? Did Baker Mayfield create that?
No.
Did Troy Aikman have that? Did Peyton Manning have that?
Troy Aikman was a bum from the jump. He
got
better afterwards.
Hold on. Did John Elway have that?
Stop it.
Did Dan Marino have that?
No, Dan Marino did not have a sophomore slump.
Dude, he went to the Super Bowl and never went back. How ain't that a sophomore slump?
He never had a sophomore slump.
All
Bro.
right. Well,
Look at his
But
stats.
what I'm saying is this. My whole point of this is the majority of the time with good and great quarterbacks, the second year is often difficult. Reason being, yes, they have film on him, and also he already feeling himself from the first year. But I'll do this since we like to bet jerseys, Mr. Buffalo Coins or Niagara or the Niagara Deers. Let's go ahead and put a jersey on the line to see who's gonna have a better record. Well, actually, we're not even gonna play football. If we ever have football, who's gonna have a better record this year? Because you supposed to win it. From what I'm hearing, the Bills because Tom Brady left. Cam Newton with 8 players capped, logging off the season, not even playing, still gonna whip the Bills. Y'all still ain't gonna beat the Patriots.
Hey,
and you know it.
That's directed towards you, Mookie. That's not towards me because we see what team I'm on.
Because you don't have no team. Who is your team?
I don't stop trying to play me, man. You know the Bears, my team. Stop playing with me. Anyway,
that's right.
Anyway, everything Chicago. That's why Michael gonna always be better than LeBron. Now, a whole lot. Anyway, moving on.
Dre, can you put up that picture again, real quick?
And we're gonna get to that on Friday. Now, since you going there, Walt.
Oh, this is the picture with Baker Mayfield.
Yes, I wanted to point something out, and somebody just asked about stats.
You know I was going to put that in there
real quick. So this is something interesting. So Baker Mayfield in his first 2 years has 49 passing touchdowns, correct?
Thanks.
Okay, and Josh Allen has 30. All right, so we're good with that so far?
Yeah.
All right, so but in 2 years, Baker Mayfield has 35 interceptions compared to Josh Allen only having 21. In terms of rushing touchdowns, Josh Allen's got 17 rushing touchdowns. Baker Mayfield's got 3. Completion percentage the completion percentage ain't that much better. In Josh Allen's first 2 years, 52% and 59. Baker has 63 and 59. So basically, in the last 2 years,
points. That's 10 points. That's terrible.
Thank you.
Hold on, time out. That's 10 points in year 1. Sir.
Dude, what I'm saying is
he's better than him.
Fire starter. Give me respect.
Well, to be clear, Baker played 3 more games in year 2 and only threw for 100 more yards than he did.
Yeah, thank you. I was about to mention that.
How many more touchdowns do we got though? How many more throwing touchdowns do the quarterback got?
Less touchdowns in year 2 than he did in year 1. He threw 22
he threw for more yards the second year though, didn't he?
For 100 more yards in 3 games.
Whatever.
You know how many more yards Josh
and that's with arguably Walt, that's arguably with one of if not on paper, one of the top 5 wide receiver tandems in the NFL.
You're gonna keep killing Baker Mayfield because
we're not killing.
No. Hold on. I'm just talking about coaching.
For me, this is not about.
I'm just talking coaching.
I'm just talking about coaching. The stats.
Listen, you got to listen to what I'm saying. I said you're killing him for his coaching. You got to be able to run the right plays to get people open. We always
want to put it on coaching. We always want to put it on coaching, but the players still got to get out there and play.
But listen, what would Tom Brady be?
Mookie, take yourself off mute. Mookie, take yourself off mute.
Nah, I'm
just saying. You still got 2,000-yard receivers,
Walter. But here's the other thing: if you make
how many 1,000-yard receivers do Josh Allen got last year?
He had one. He had John. He had Smoke. But here's the thing:
he had one, right?
Yeah. Well, here's the
my
thing,
man's had 2, so he spread the ball around better, right?
Watch this, Walter. If that's the case, right?
Mookie, take yourself off mute.
Talking about coaching. Then Buffalo has the same excuse. Want to know why?
Don't you say it.
Why
don't
you
know why?
Games though?
Don't you say it.
If you
please don't act like Sean McDermott is like a veteran coaching number 1. Please,
he's better than Kitchens.
McDermott not calling offense. McDermott not calling offense.
Right. Don't act like Brandon Beane is not new at GM. And please don't act like they.
And don't act like the Bills' defense wasn't stout before McDermott got there.
Right.
So why y'all acting like the Bills is good then? So why y'all claiming that all of these excuses?
The Bills are not an excellent team, but they're better than the Browns.
No, they're not.
The Bills are so better than the Browns.
No,
the Bills are so better than the Browns.
Who is you? You the Bears.
We lost to the Browns and still won 10 games.
Of course you lost it.
That's
of course you lost to the Browns.
We gave
So did the
y'all
Baltimore
games,
Ravens
and we
lost to the
still
Browns
won
too.
10
Let's
games
not forget that.
with Josh Allen.
Well, my
Baker
team's
Mayfield
not great
has
right
yet
now. The Bears
has
Your
aren't
team
great
is
right now,
garbage.
but they
Your team is
mollywop the
garbage.
Cowboys, and that's what matters.
You
Yeah.
throwing fire all over the place,
All
don't
right.
you?
Speaking of the Cowboys, we moving on from
I see what
Baker.
you're trying to do.
Moving on from him, let's talk about Zeke. Zeke, since joining the league in 2016, attempts first in the league.
OH. IO.
Rushing yards, #1 in the league. Rushing yards per game, #1 in the league. Rushing touchdowns, #2. With all this, and a quarterback that is hella good with Amari Cooper, why haven't the Dallas Cowboys made
It's the
Coaching.
coach.
Are you
It's
asking
coaching, man.
me?
It's
Are
coaching.
you
It's
asking
coaching.
me? I'll answer it
It's
for
coaching.
you.
It's the
It's
coach.
definitely coaching.
It's
It's
the
coaching.
It is
Definitely a
listen,
coach.
no matter
So
what happens on the
y'all silly,
field,
man.
it is always the coach's fault when they lose.
Oh, night. But you
But
just
when
got
they
there telling me
win,
when I
it
said
is
that.
the
You just got
quarterback's
there,
fault.
but Devon, Mr. Stanfield, there you go boxing yourself again. You just told me 5 minutes ago that coaching, that the players still got to execute. Which one you gonna go with? You gonna go with the
I was
players
being
got to execute?
sarcastic. I was being sarcastic, man.
Oh, okay. Sound like you was playing tennis by yourself again.
My point is, y'all always want to blame the coach. Listen, you players still got to go out there and execute.
You just said it again. You flip again.
Regardless as to who
You flipping more than
calling the
flipping more
plays.
than I hop right now, man.
No, I'm not flipping. I'm not flipping jack squat. I'm just saying you can't put it all on the coaches.
You the head chef.
I'm gonna jump over to. Do y'all remember with the Lakers before they became the Lakers? Honestly, and they had those coaches before that they brought in Phil Jackson. He just took over and they
yeah, Hill. Wait, his name was Brian Hill. Was the name of the coach? First of all,
Hill. That's who. There's
first of all, and not only did they just bring Kobe, they not only did they, yeah, because they had Shaq and Kobe at the time.
That's what I'm saying. Coaching matters. Coaching matters. Let me ask you this. Since you like to discredit coaching, if Andy Reid were coaching the Cowboys last year with the offensive weapons that they have, do they go 8-8? Honestly,
no, they go 1-15.
No, they wouldn't go 8-8.
Here's how you full of shit, Marcus. Let me ask Mookie, since I know Mookie got good sense. Tell me this.
No, you don't.
During that stretch 2 years ago, that the Warriors won, I think it was like 20
Warriors. What
straight.
are we talking about?
Who was the coach? Wasn't
Steve
two
Kerr.
of those games Draymond Green, and the rest of them games Luke Walton, while Steve Kerr was out with a back injury? Didn't he
Mark
coach
Jackson's team, man.
They lost that.
It's Mark Jackson's
lost
team.
that.
Right. So players got to do what? Because Luke Walton, they swore up
So
and
why
down
have
Luke
a coach in
Walton
the first place,
the next thing since sliced bread because he was a great coach. Meanwhile, he in Sacramento stinking it up.
He ain't doing too bad in Sacramento to keep it 100 though.
Bruh.
He ain't doing too bad.
So he Mike Malone. He doing what Mike Malone was doing.
Yeah,
Because Mike Malone was
Mike
killing.
Malone.
Mike Malone was
Nah, he
killing in
wasn't
Sacramento.
killing. Nah, he wasn't killing nowhere in Sacramento. Sacramento ain't never been killing. I don't know what you're talking about. Unless you bringing Weber and Stojakovic and Bibby out the tunnel talking about killing. Who killing?
Mike Malone Mike Malone had Sacramento 10 games from the playoffs, and they fired him. Sent him to Denver, and now look what Denver doing.
Did you hear
right?
this,
Coaching
man?
does
He
matter,
said 10 games
but
from the
talent.
playoffs.
When you got talent, you got to go out there and perform. And what happened? You claim that Baker got all this
Devon,
talent. and he's not performing.
Stanfield. Listen to a ring field right now, okay? Come on this side of the field for a second, okay? Listen to me. What I want to tell you is this: coaching is everything. And if a guy got a team 10 games away from playoff contention, he's not doing too good. First of all,
in the NBA, this ain't the NFL. It's an 82-game season.
In any league,
in the NBA in the Western Conference, that's not doing nothing. In the NBA in the Western Conference, that's not doing nothing. In that time,
I'm telling you, if you're 10 games behind, you're doing absolutely nothing. That's my first point. Second point, let's go back to Zeke in football, because I don't know how you keep mixing Steve Kerr in this. If Ezekiel Elliott had a competent coach, I ain't talking about a guy that's like an Andy Reid. Just give me the guy out of Miami, and I think he would have did better. You need somebody. If you got Jason Garrett. You got Jason Garrett, right? You got Jason Garrett, who is an owner's son for real. So he not even he don't even have no respect in the locker room. So that's the thing, man. So you guys, it's coaching, and it's the rest of it's a lot more than just it's a coach and it's a running back. No, it's a whole culture. And if they don't respect
players in the
same thing that happened.
Putting
Oh,
players.
you think Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham and all these dudes respect Freddie Kitchens, man? You think that? Come on, man.
Y'all love
Come
Freddie
on.
Kitchens though. Y'all love
Don't
Freddie
nobody let no
Kitchens when he
Freddie.
brought
You
Baker
love
in.
Freddie Kitchens.
When he brought,
Get out
y'all
of
love Freddie Kitchens when he
Okay,
got
let
the
me
head
give you
coach. Come on, man.
let me
Come
give you
on, man.
here.
I
Man,
want to hear
y'all put,
that. When
man,
when
you
you
said
when you
Doug
took
another
Freddie
Flutie.
example.
Kitchens
Listen,
from OC
listen,
and named him head
listen,
coach, you wasn't
dude,
ecstatic, Walter.
dude,
You wasn't
dude.
happy
I
about
was
that.
very happy. I wish they would have kept Williams as the coach because he was the head coach at the time. If you know what you're talking about, right? So we was really excited about the whole team because the defense was balling too. But y'all sat down Doug Flutie, man. You
That
remember
ain't
that?
got nothing to do with right now.
I'm just saying, man. You remember that?
Yo,
Let me
yo,
give you
Y'all
yo,
sat
another
yo,
down Doug
example.
Flutie,
Walter,
man.
yo, all
Let me give you
seriousness,
another
all
I'm just
seriousness,
saying.
Walter,
Yeah, Ernest
don't bring that
Biner
up, bro.
fumbled, and
That's a sore
Ernest
spot for
Biner
Yeah, he
you, bro.
fumbled
did.
too,
That's
Yeah, he
twice.
did.
don't bring
He
that up
fumbled
to me,
twice.
Walter. That's a sore
He
spot.
fumbled
I
twice.
want to punch Wade Phillips in his freaking face for that. Don't bring the Doug Flutie situation up. That's hey,
Listen,
leave
I'm
that
just
alone.
saying, man.
Leave that where
I'm
it
just saying.
is. Leave your
I'm just
Music
saying.
City
Scott
Miracle crap
Norwood.
where it is.
I know.
Let's
I'm
move
just saying.
forward to
Scott,
where we at
you
right
don't sound
now.
like a Chicago Bear right now. I'm just saying. But what
I
I'm
mean, I'm
saying
still,
is,
Walter, stop,
from Buffalo. I
Walter.
still
Y'all
rep
never
the
even
home
touched
team.
the Super Bowl, bro.
yeah,
Y'all
that's
never
right. But
touched the
that's
Super
cool.
Bowl.
You're
I'm
right.
not letting you
Would
get
you have?
away with any of that. Y'all never touched
You're
the
right.
Super Bowl. At
You're
least we
right.
win the
Would
4
you?
and we lost, but y'all
But I'm asking
y'all
you this. Would
never
you rather
touched
have
Super Bowl
loved than never
soil.
have loved at all, man? Would
Man,
you
you
rather have
never
go to the
touched
Super?
Super
I
Bowl
don't want to
soil. I'm
go if
not
I'm gonna
letting you
lose
get
4 in
away
a
with
row.
that.
I
I'm not
don't want to
letting you
go
get
if I'm
away
gonna
with
lose
that.
4.
Y'all ain't never
I
touched
don't want
Super
to
Bowl
go.
soil.
I don't want to go
Ever.
if I'm gonna lose 4 in a row. I don't want to
It
go.
don't matter. Don't matter. I bet
Yeah,
you.
it matters.
Where
It
did
Ask,
they
matters.
go?
Ernest
It
Biner. He got
matters.
one in Washington.
Yeah, he did. He
He ain't
fumbled
get it in
twice, 2 years
Cleveland
in a
though.
row.
He
It's
ain't get
all
it in
good.
Cleveland though. And guess who he
It's all
played to
right.
get it? The
The Buffalo
Bills.
Braves.
Right, the Bills.
The
Cleveland never
Buffalo
touched
Braves.
Super Bowl soil, bro.
The Buffalo Braves.
Yeah, okay, y'all in your own
Yeah,
way
we got
every
10
year in
championships
Cleveland.
though, fam.
I
We
can't
got
see how
10
y'all got up
championships though,
fan in
fam.
Cleveland. Y'all so
We
horrible.
got 10 championships.
Where
What do
is
you
the
mean?
torch?
Where? When?
What
AFL
do you mean?
days?
Shit, it was a
Where?
year before they
Vinny
named it the Super Bowl.
Testaverde?
Do
When?
you
Who
respect
win?
OJ
The
Simpson?
torch
You like
under the
OJ? Do
candle
you
now?
respect OJ?
Of
Huh?
course I expect the
Oh
Jews.
no! Oh
Let
no!
All
No!
right,
No!
but
No!
he
I'm good.
wasn't part of the
scuffle blow
AF.
you
So
out?
that's the same.
Pause.
What I'm saying is he was part of that same
I didn't even
that
hear.
Bro, we
same
got
what you talking about.
NFL, we got Super Bowls, man.
No,
We've
you
been in
don't.
Super Bowl. Cleveland ain't
You ain't
never
got
been in
no
the Big
Super
Dance
Bowls. You ain't got no
since the
Super Bowls. You
60s.
got Super Bowl L's.
We got Super Bowls,
L's.
man. We
Hey,
in
Let
the
me
Dalton,
give
what's
song.
going
y'all,
on,
hang
Dalton?
on, let me give y'all another example as far as coaching, okay? I'm gonna give you a more recent
Why do y'all
example
only
of how
talk
Jimmy
much
about
Johnson or
coaching
Marv
when
Levy?
it's
no
convenient?
hang on. No, listen. How about your boy John Fox? All those years in
Here we go with
Denver,
this.
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Denver, and then 1 year he goes over to Chicago. They move in Gary Kubiak. They win the Super Bowl. A coach can get you over the hump. That's all. That's the only
He
point.
makes you win the game. You can't have it without a coach. You can't win without no coach.
Why do y'all
You can't
always
win
go to the coach excuse when it's
because you can't win
convenient?
without it.
If
That's
you
not
gonna
an
talk
excuse.
about
It's the
one,
truth.
talk about the other. Talk about the
So it's the
coaching
So
coach
Bill
fault
Belichick
and the
for,
don't
fact
matter.
that
for
y'all didn't
Baker throwing
execute.
21
Bill Belichick.
interceptions. It's the
So
coach
Bill
fault for Baker
Belichick don't
throwing
matter.
21 interceptions. He
How
threw
many
that.
did Josh Allen throw?
Freddie, what, 9?
Yeah,
9?
like
Yeah, but how
9
many
last year.
fumbles did he have? Don't just because turnovers.
How
How many
many
fumbles?
How many
fumbles did
games did we
Baker
win?
have?
Did we win more games than Dallas? Did we win more games than Cleveland?
That's
Did
because
But you
he
we?
let
lost to
Did
Cleveland.
we? I
defense.
don't
But you
care how
That's
many
didn't.
times
But
because
we
we
of your
beat you
fumbled.
though.
Did
defense.
we
But we
That's
win
because
beat
more
of
you.
games than
We
Cleveland
beat you
and
though.
Dallas?
your
Did we beat
But we
defense.
Dallas,
beat
by the
you.
way? What did Josh
We beat
Allen
you.
do to Dallas?
What
Your
did Baker
defense
Mayfield
carries
do
your
to
team.
Buffalo?
Your
Nothing. Baker
defense
ain't do
carries
nothing but
your
had a
team.
lucky touchdown at the end. We was dominating the
Oh,
whole
lucky.
damn game. You want to
Boy,
talk
you
about
got more
bad coaching?
excuses.
We
You
threw the
got more
ball
excuses than a
41
welfare line,
times.
man.
We
You
threw
got
the
more
ball
excuses than a
41 times
welfare
against
line, bro.
Cleveland. What do you mean?
Yeah,
Y'all
I
scored
seen
at
it.
the
I
end.
watched us beat your ass. I'll excuse my language, guy. I watched us
At the
beat
end,
you.
we was dominating the whole game though, bro. Like you
was
tripping right
listen,
now. We
dominated
the whole game. We gave y'all that game.
Scott Norwood kicked the field goal wide right. Y'all dominated that whole game too.
Right.
It means nothing. You got to win the game. You so used to coming up short that you take shortcomings as a winning.
We spotted y'all that game. We still had 10 wins. And y'all end up with 6 with Odell and all those weapons y'all had. Man,
we beat y'all though.
All those weapons. If you give Josh Allen all those weapons,
East, that's like 3 automatic wins for y'all.
You give Josh Allen all those weapons. Let's just switch roles. You give Josh
Allen
all those weapons.
What is he gonna do besides fumble?
We win
and take up out the or run out of the pocket.
Y'all talking about fake flaws, man.
Or run out of the pocket too early.
Man.
Yo, he's trash, man.
Hey,
Why didn't
Baker's
he go
trash
number
too.
one?
21 chip. What you
Why
rather
didn't he
have,
go number
fumbles or
one?
picks?
Hey,
I'd rather have Baker.
Marcus, is Baker Mayfield better than Dak Prescott?
Absolutely not.
I don't think he is, but I
don't think he is either, though. Right now, I don't think he is either.
Not right now.
Either.
Not
Come
right
on,
now.
man.
I don't think he is either.
Do you think that has anything to do with? Do you think that has anything to do with coaching?
No, I think that
Right.
they both have.
So they both got bum coaches.
Right.
Either one of them made the playoffs last year, but Baker's not better than Dak.
No, he's not better than him right now. He's not better than Dak right now.
He ain't better than him at all.
But neither is Josh Allen, though.
I didn't say that.
All right, then. So what
I
are you talking
don't,
about?
I know Josh, but see, that's not Josh class. Josh is better than Baker than me right now.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No,
Absolutely,
he's not.
yes, he is.
I don't know that. I don't know that Josh Allen is better
Under
than
what
Dak Prescott
merit?
either.
Dalton,
he's not.
Dalton, who are you taking? Baker Mayfield or Josh Allen? Who do you think's better, Dalton?
I'm gonna say
throw all three of them in there. Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen, Dak Prescott. Rank them 1 to 3.
Dak ain't got nothing to do with this, man.
Dak
Dak ain't got nothing to do with this.
Baker Mayfield at number 1.
Thank you.
Dalton,
smart guy.
The only thing with Baker Mayfield is like, he has no offensive line, just like he has no line though. That was the problem.
That was the problem. So first it was coaching. Now, and this is not your argument.
It's multiple problems.
First it was
It's
coaching.
like multiple problems though.
It's multiple problems, man.
I don't
You act
know
like
what
the
football
Bears is
games y'all
good, man.
watching.
Who's Trubisky?
Yo, we had
Don't
the
you throw
same.
Trubisky in
Yo,
this?
we had a.
But put Trubisky in this conversation, bro. Let's talk
same
that.
record as y'all.
Let's put
the
Trubisky
same
in this.
exact record as y'all. And y'all have eons more talent than us.
Slow down. Is Trubisky accurate?
Yeah, Trubisky is accurate.
He
just makes horrible decisions.
He's as accurate as Muhammad Ali with an AK, man.
Yo, don't disrespect the man because of Parkinson. Come on, what, man?
I'm just saying.
Yo, Marcus gets on me
That's
for my
accuracy.
analogies too. You got to pick better analogies, dog. If you're gonna crucify me with somebody who is not an American hero.
Don't be soft now.
Now Baker accurate. Baker ain't accurate at 59%.
Say he's as accurate as Colin Kaepernick's comments about Castro or something like that.
I got that from Ryan Artest, man. That's a requote. That ain't me.
All right, so let's move on.
Marcus, I expect a suspension from Walter for that horrible analogy.
You should be suspended for even talking sports at times for your horrible analogies.
Yeah,
you talking quarterbacks and you got Trubisky, man. Come on.
And yet, everything that I say is factual. If you take the feelings out of it, Walter.
Why aren't you putting Trubisky
so when you
in
get
there?
So the difference between me and you is my team wears blue and orange. They replicate the spirit of the Chicago Bears. Your team wears orange and brown. It looks like tainted.
He said they represent the spirit of the Chicago Bears. What does that even mean?
It looks your team replicates the colors of tainted doo-doo and pee-pee. That's what it is.
What is yours represent?
Because you're at the bottom of the pack. If we could flush you, they tried to flush you. And somehow your fans brought you back. They tried to flush you and take your whole team to Baltimore. This is how bad it is. They took your team to Baltimore and got 2 Super Bowls out of it.
Stanfield, come back to earth, Reverend.
They took your team to Baltimore, changed the color to purple and black, and got 2 Super Bowls out of it.
Now let's get to the point. Now we got it. Hey, that's the best thing
and they fired the best coach. They fired Bill Belichick.
Hey, Marcus,
the whole reason the AFC East has been dominated is because they fired the best coach that they've had.
Marcus, you hear this? Here, rather talk about anything else.
Belichick curse.
Hey, here, rather talk about anything else besides his starting quarterback.
I've already said that my team. I've already said
what?
All right,
what? Let's put him in the conversation. Who's more accurate between Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen, and Trubisky?
Well, we only got 30 minutes.
Trubisky's more accurate than Josh Allen.
You sound crazy.
All right, we got 30 minutes
Trubisky
left.
throwing his eyes closed.
So what's this about Harden and Curry, Dre?
We're gonna talk about that as soon as we come back.
The commercial break? Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna take another commercial break. We will be back. Gotta pay some bills, things of that nature.
I'm glad Curry and Harden don't play in Cleveland.
Bills, you better be glad they don't play in Chicago.
All right.
You down in Atlanta. You in Atlanta. You from Buffalo. I don't know where all these counter teams coming from.
It's
All
called
right, here
pimping
we
all
go.
over the world.
I'm just saying, you ain't sticking with your home team. I see.
No way y'all beat Baltimore or Pittsburgh. Y'all super duper trash. My cousin is a diehard Cleveland Brown fan. I can't see it. You know, but it's an OH10 thing, I guess. You know, that's what I figure. It's torture. It's been torture for years.
You already know y'all trying to steal our lake and everything, man. You
It's
know what I'm
been
saying?
torture.
Y'all boys are.
It's been torture for years for y'all, man. I can't see how y'all do it. It's been torture.
What do you mean? You're a Buffalo Bill.
How do y'all get worse? How do your quarterback go on a slump with Odell Beckham Jr.? Like, I don't get that logic, man. You talk about coach. There's no way. That's like
you can't throw the ball. What does it matter?
What do you mean if he can't throw? So he can't throw the ball. That means he can't play quarterback.
No, I said if you don't have time to throw the football, what does it matter?
He didn't have time to throw the football, man.
Well, you're not watching the games, obviously, man. You can't be watching your games and mine.
Did you see on Monday Night Football where they clearly say he had all day to throw the ball, but he don't want to step up in the pocket? That's been a problem for him.
Dre, I forget. Did Odell have a full camp going into last season?
Say it again.
Did Odell, when he got traded, did Odell have a full camp with Baker going into?
Man, why don't y'all start naming me some of y'all receivers?
Yeah.
Who is your receiver on the Bears? That's good.
Allen Robinson. That's it.
And he's good.
He's a monster. Yeah.
All right. And what about you? Not the trade you just got either. I'm talking about.
All right. Now, so what you mean now? What you mean?
He ain't played one down yet. He ain't played one down.
So
you can't say what he gonna do.
To your point, Walter. That's why I say. To your point, Walter. That's why I say that Trubisky makes horrible decisions because we got a 6'4" receiver with damn near track speed, and we can't get him.
And you got a quarterback that can't see.
Yeah, that's true. That nobody talks about that, but yeah, he does have sight issues.
Yeah, he from Mentor, Ohio. Trust me.
Yeah,
I would have never took
him and James. I think him and James Winston got the same issue, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, they can't see.
I would never took Trubisky at 2.
Oh no,
I would have never took Trubisky at 2 either. We talked about that. I would have traded back if I was going to draft Trubisky.
Right, he would have been there.
All right,
so with Baker Mayfield.
Let's talk about this right here.
The Patriots is taking him. I'm up bet.
All right, Curry versus Harden, as you can see right here. Right now, who we taking?
Who you taking? I'm taking Steph. What you mean? Who you taking?
Wait, what's the scenario, Dre?
It don't matter.
It does. What's the scenario, Dre? Because if you got to carry a team, I'm going with James Harden.
I was about to say that too.
That boy got a dinosaur ball in his throat.
If I'm a GM and basketball is still a business, and I gotta draft a person that's got to carry the franchise for a few years without any talent around it, I'm going with James Harden all day.
No, I'm taking Steph, bro.
I'm taking.
And the reason I'm taking Steph is he's gonna show up when it counts. James Harden. Let's not forget that the base god stopped him from beating Golden State. You remember this? He had got a curse put on him by a base
Marcus
rapper.
leave?
Yeah, Marcus left.
Oh,
yeah.
Hey, Dre. All right, so Dre, I'm gonna direct this towards
you. He's a regular season.
What's the best ability, Dre?
Availability.
So we gonna act like Steph. If Steph got to carry a team, he gonna be there for the whole season. Because I think we just saw.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question, Dre?
I'm just saying. I think we just saw what that again.
How many unanimous MVPs had an NBA ever had?
Not many.
None without
one.
Steph.
Not one. Yeah.
Not even Mike got a unanimous MVP.
No.
Who was it though?
It was Steph.
Steph Curry.
Hey Dre.
Mm-hmm.
How many MVPs do you know who had guaranteed 2 other Hall of Famers around him.
Michael Jordan.
2.
Michael Jordan.
2.
Nope.
Michael Jordan.
2.
Nope.
Michael Jordan.
2.
Dennis Rodman and Scottie Pippen.
He didn't win.
Hartman.
Okay.
You can put James Harden in there too.
That's 2. Yeah.
Harden.
Harden
won the MVP with two Hall of Famers.
What time?
Hold on.
Forget James Harden. Let's not forget that James Harden played
without Rodman though.
Yeah, he did, but that ain't what we talked. That wasn't the question though. Let me say this. Let's not forget that James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Russell Westbrook were on the same team. So let's not forget that.
Yeah, that's fact. Too. That's fact. What's your point about that statement?
And that's because that's 2 other Hall of Famers.
That's right.
And he still ain't won with that.
Yeah, that
right.
That kind of helps my point, not yours.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Because you say, who do you want? This man won 3 titles with Hall of Famers. This man didn't win none with Hall of Famers.
Bro, you talking about the dude's first 3 years? What did Steph do in his first? Did he even make the playoffs in his first 3 years?
He played on the court. No, he didn't.
Man.
Okay,
did James Harden?
Okay.
Did James Harden? Did James Harden go up 3-1 and lose?
All right, I got a question. Time out.
We putting that on James Harden, or we putting that on Russell Westbrook?
When your scoring average, dips 5 to 8 points in the playoffs, yeah, 5 to 8 points in the playoffs when you demand, yeah. Let's not act like y'all don't see. Y'all must be blind if y'all ain't. This ain't y'all sport. Y'all stick to football.
No, basketball is definitely my sport. But go ahead.
James
I ain't talking to you, Dre. You ain't saying nothing, Dre.
James Harden didn't show up to play. He was on the bench
by halftime.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, though, man. If y'all ain't been watching the last 3 years of NBA basketball, where James Harden has completely not showed up.
He didn't show up. He don't show up. What availability is that?
You remember them as 17 straight threes, man.
But he's. Let me just ask y'all this: before Dwight Howard came, before Chris Paul came, before Russell Westbrook came.
Ooh. Okay.
Was Houston not in the playoffs?
3? Oh, you talking about back in 2003?
What? Just answer the question. Was Houston not in the playoffs?
I don't understand the question.
I just gave you the very, very clear parameters.
What are you talking about, man?
In the playoffs, yes or no, before James Harden ever received help, what people identify as certified help in Houston.
What difference do I make?
I don't get it.
It's a lot of difference because Steph was in the exact same situation that James Harden has been in. What James Harden?
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
This past year?
No, he wasn't.
This past year, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
Man, y'all wilding.
They drafted them. They drafted them boys. They drafted Klay Thompson. They drafted.
I'm talking about the talent. I'm not talking about how you got there. I'm talking about the talent.
They lost.
The talent you had.
You're making an argument that you want Harden
because he's lost. Steph Curry carry a team without another all-star to the playoffs? No, he hasn't.
No, he can't.
He can't.
No, he cannot.
He already did it.
I've never done it.
His whole career.
He's never done it. James Harden has always been in the. Has James Harden ever missed the playoffs?
Brothers. They ain't start off the Splash Brothers, man. Now you talk about how good was he year 1 and year 2. Klay Thompson was not who he was when they stepped into their zone together. They didn't start off the Splash Brothers. Hold on, let me finish this. Let me finish this out. When the first year they had Mark Jackson,
we're gonna have to cut off because this has.
Oh, y'all go ahead. Y'all go ahead.
No. Go ahead, Walter.
All I'm saying is the Splash Brothers became the Splash Brothers that you know of because their game evolved, not because they started out as NBA Hall of Famers. When Klay Thompson first jumped on the court, you didn't think, oh, he's a Hall of Famer no matter what. You didn't think that. They didn't start out to year 3 and 4.
Go ahead, Dallas. Dallas with his chops.
I've been sitting here listening to this, and you got the numbers up there on the screen, but before you even put the numbers up on the screen, if you had just said Curry or Harden, hands down, my answer would have been Curry. I don't care about he didn't take nobody to the playoffs without all-stars around him. Thing I'm going to look at, not just availability, because he has had some injury concerns. With Harden, I'm going to look at bit of an attitude problem at times. doesn't seem like he always is really in what he kind of pouty, gives up. Reminds me a lot of Thurman Thomas a little bit with his days with the Bills. Get a little pouty, not tries hard. And you look at he's got the points per game, slight rebounds per game advantage. That's all well and good, but Curry is smaller in stature. The assists per games is higher. The overall field goal percentage is higher. Better 3-point shooter. Better free throw shooter.
I don't know.
He's just more of an all-around player than James Harden. And you want a two-way player who plays offense and defense. And James Harden plays offense, but he don't play no defense. You know,
Steph
Curry don't play no defense.
No defense.
Steph Curry plays defense. Yo, what?
As a unit, as a unit, he do, but he don't got no defense. He don't have no D. Curry don't have no D. And I don't know if he that much of a better 3-point shooter than Bro either, though, man.
Look at the numbers are right there.
I'm just saying that boy be twacking. I ain't disagree.
Thank you.
I would take
Curry
though. I'd take Curry though, but James Harden be twagging, bro. Like he averaged 35 points a game, bro. He averaged 35 points a game.
At what? For a 16 game stretch last year, he averaged 40.
Man, you can't disregard that, man. He just choked. That's why I don't like him.
As overall player goes,
you have to understand, Dallas. The only thing that I said was it is situationally dependent. That's the only thing I said.
Keep it 100.
I don't agree with. I don't disagree with anybody who says
Steph Curry is not reliable in the finals either. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
He's not reliable in the clutch. He's not reliable in the clutch.
He's not reliable.
He's 0 for 11 in game-winning shots under 2 seconds.
I see that his whole career out here in Oakland.
Steph Curry never beat us, and I'm a Cavalier. He never beat us. Who beat us was people like
Klay Thompson and Iguodala. Klay Thompson, Iguodala, and David West.
And Livingston.
Yeah, Livingston, Klay Thompson, Iguodala, David West. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
But,
that's it.
Klay Thompson was on lockdown, and he had a couple. They unstoppable.
Klay Thompson had 2 game winners against y'all.
But they
weren't in games that counted.
But when it comes to when that boy come up past half court. Like Harden gonna twack you from everywhere, but he's not about to be pulling up like no Steph, man. You don't even know where you can guard Steph. Remember what he did at Oklahoma City that year?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I mean, that was in the corner about a half.
That's the same year that they said that Russell Westbrook the MCL was bothering him.
I don't care what.
The same year that him and Kevin Durant had 4 turnovers in the last 5 minutes that cost him the game.
Man, I hate to adjust the question, man. Can I ask y'all fellas a question? Because y'all seem to be basketball aficionados right now. Who win it all? Dre? Can I ask you that, Dre? Because I ain't heard you all night. Can I ask you who gonna win it all?
The Clips.
Man.
The Clips. And
your boy can't even stay out the strip club, man.
Yeah, I know. That was bad. But
your boy can't even.
You ever been to Magic City?
Yeah, I've been there several times.
All right. All right then. You know he ain't go there for no wings. He came for what's inside the wings.
Man,
the breasts.
Hey, listen. That boy got his own wing named after him in there. He spent so much money, man.
Bruh, Lou Will is a home.
But listen, who gonna win it all, Stanfield? Who gonna win it all?
I got the Clips too, but I said the Clips in Milwaukee was coming out, and I said the Clippers would be too deep for them. I said that about 2 months ago.
Dallas? Who gonna win it all, bro?
I'm feeling either the Bucks or the Lakers.
Come on, Hawk. Let me hear what you got, man. Who gonna win it all, brother?
First of all, James Harden ain't nothing but a modern day mailman. All right, you're gonna be all points, no titles.
Oh, nice.
I'm going with the Lakers.
Okay.
All right. Come on, D-Man Smith. What you got for me, big dog? Who gonna win it all?
I got the Lakers.
All right. I'm gonna have to join the fight with you two, man. I'm rocking with Brown.
Look at LeBron's.
No, I just think they got AD. No, don't say that, man. You in Atlanta, man. That take the wrong way, man.
Yeah, you're right. I retract.
Come on, man.
Right. No. You're right. No, that. Yeah. I'll give you the pause on that, and I'm retracting the statement.
All right, y'all. I just want to say this in a nutshell. It's been real. It's been an interesting Monday night. It was a whole lot of fire. We're gonna continue this.
It's love, man.
You know what?
Hey.
The way I'm feeling right now, y'all might get a rise up late night tonight. Y'all might get a rise up late night.
Yeah, because we not through with Baker. Because Baker, I don't know how y'all just keep talking about right now. At
he better
6
your
games,
quarterback.
6 wins, like
he better your 6-5 quarterback. He better than your
6 wins.
6'5" quarterback that can't stay in the pocket long enough to save his life. Yeah, Mr. Run. That's why he got so many running touchdowns because he can't stay in the pocket long enough. How many times are he? Yeah, come on, man.
In fact,
what you mean? What I'm talking
It's
about?
a new NFL, man. We running. They love it when they run now. They love it when they run now.
Yeah, let them keep getting stuck like that. Let them keep getting popped like that.
Baker ain't staying in the pocket long enough.
You making the announcement right now?
I'm making the announcement right now. If I'm not back on this live in 1 hour, then we're not doing it. But I guarantee you by 1 o'clock. By 1 o'clock.
I'm about to. Hey,
Josh Allen will have a better season than Baker.
Hey, Hawk, I'm gonna tell you like this. You could, once you're done with this, you could come on over to the war room. We can do this too. Stanfield, I'm on your ass too.
Whoa! You just told me to stop. Yo, chill with the comment. Yo, we ain't pause, bro.
Oh, that's
whoa.
Talk. They right. Talk. They know what I'm talking about.
I appreciate y'all greatly. But y'all
stay on the Rainfield, not the Stanfield, man.
Stay tuned.
I know what's going on the other side of Lake Erie.
Eyes up, late night.
Nothing but realness over here, fam.